Okay, we are going to discuss today a topic that concerns many of the Rabbanim of our generation and the generation right before ours, and it's known as a very famous mahloket between Hagaon Rav Moshé Feinstein, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, and Hagaon Rav Yosef Eliyahu Henkin, one of the great Rabbanim of America. But in truth, we're going to see that it's a long-standing machloket by the Moroccan poskim, and we are going to see that it's really a machloket keduma. And the topic is civil marriages. Are civil marriages considered a legal marriage? And this is a very relevant question. What would happen if a couple lives together? And that's very common nowadays, that they are not so religious and they live together and they don't get married, or they get married civilly. Is it considered a Jewish marriage in regards that if they would get separated, they would need a get? And this is very serious, because many times they live together and they separate, they don't get a get. And even if they went civilly, and they civilly got married, they get a civil divorce, but just like they didn't get a Jewish wedding, they won't get a Jewish divorce. And this woman will marry someone else, will have children with someone else. So if we consider the first marriage as a real marriage, so the children are mamzerim. It's a huge issue, which would mean that effectively, if we would say that civil marriages are considered legitimate marriages, according to Halakha, they have some validity, and a woman is considered an eshet ish with this marriage. It would come out that there are many mamzerim walking around. This is a very, very serious question that was dealt with utmost seriousness by the poskim of the generations, and we are going to discuss Be'ezrat Hashem what the issues are. Number one, just as an introduction, it is well known, the Mishnah in the first Mishnah in Masechet Kiddushin, Haisha niknit b'shlosha derachim. A woman is acquired in three different ways. Either a woman is acquired bekesef, money, or shaveh kesef, or the equivalent, which we do nowadays, which is with a ring. Some communities still use kesef. I think in a certain community, some places they still use kesef. Shtar, with a document, which does not mean the ketubah. It's the ketubah is another document that's a legal document that ensures a woman financial stability, but a shtar that's written Hariat Mikudeshet Li, and he gives it in front of two edim. That's another form which I've never seen done, and I don't know how many people do it. And then the third way, which is if a person is able to be Mikadesh Isha Bibia, with intimacy, which also is not something that is done nowadays commonly for the Kiddushin. Of course, when a couple gets married, afterwards they live an intimate life. But until then, the way how they got married is under the chuppah with kesef. But for a proper Kiddushin to take place through Bia, there would have to be two witnesses, which is a problem in itself. And he would say, Haread mikudeshet li bebia zu. And there's a big machloket. Are they outside the room? Are they inside the room? So it's not so practical to be mekadesh bebiyah. But the Gemara in Masechet Gitin, Daf Pe Aleph Amud Aleph and Pe Aleph Amud Bet, has a discussion where this halakha could be applicable, and it talks about the case of a person who divorces his wife, and she and so they're a couple that was married and then divorced, and then he meets up with her in a pundak, in an inn, and they live together in the inn. So the Gemara says, Bet Shammai omrim ena tzricha imenu get, uBet Hillel omrim tzricha imenu get. Bet Shammai says she does not need to get a get, but Hillel says she does need to get a get. So the Gemara has a discussion. What's their machloket, and why they would need a get? And the Gemara, after a couple of possibilities, ends off with the following assumption. If there were witnesses that saw them having biyah together, so we say that it's his wife it's his ex-wife, and he obviously meant to consummate the marriage. He obviously meant to